Hey everybody, got a show for you tonight. This will probably be one of the only ones that I do tonight because it's been a really busy day and I'd like to unwind for the night, but I've been saying that I would do more of these Epstein debunk things. We had the Krasenstein brothers, one of whom, or both of whom, I'm not sure, I can't remember, used to run like 17 porn sites of women, girls that are supposedly supposed to look like they're 17 or were 17, whatever. So we've got those guys. They released this. Let's take a look at this really quick. This is a handwritten letter that was in the Epstein files, and they released it as though it's fact. Now, you'll take note of the fact here that it is. Let me get some stuff switched around here just to make this smooth. I should have probably did this before I started recording, but here we go. June 14th, 2025. You can see that clearly right up here at the top, right here. June 14th, 2025. Okay, so this is from last year, this supposed report. Now, we don't need to read through this whole letter because to debunk it, we only have to make it down a few paragraphs. So this person is saying that this is in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. I do believe that this is more than likely the FBI headquarters. They've blocked out the name. Speaking of which, I thought I'd bring this up. They did accidentally release the username and password to the Epstein files. Stay away from that. I've seen streamers going on there, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but you could technically get in trouble for going on there without explicit permission, even though they accidentally released the information. You can find that out on X and make it your choice, whatever. You can go do it, I suppose, but I would be really super careful to do that. Maybe let these people try it, and they might be able to afford lawyers, unlike me, and they feel fine with doing it, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not knocking them for doing it. I'm simply saying you, as a person who maybe can't afford a lawyer, you may want to consider not doing that. But if you're like, hey, I don't give a shit, I'm going to try anyway, you can find that out on X. All you got to do is type, what is it called? Windows. Okay, so type Epstein Outlook password. You'll find what I'm talking about. So, but again, look into the legalities of it, guys. I'm telling you, you might get in trouble for that. But moving on, this talks about, who she is and so on, mentions the Saudis, something, your father knows me and knows my older brother, blah, 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 Raymond, yada, yada, yada. Obviously, somebody that's familiar with the case. We go down. This is my testimony, she says right here. Of the summer of 1967. That's right above my head here. Let me show you that right here. I'll try to highlight it. The highlight feature is kind of bunk on here too. But here you go, right here, 1967. Hey, it's actually working good today. Maybe I just needed to restart my computer. So you can see 1967. This is my testimony of the summer of 1967. She goes on to say, my last years of high school, to just completely recovered this memory. I just completely recovered this memory. So this person just completely recovered this memory out of the blue. Very interesting. My time in New Jersey was as bad. I told my father and then deleted it all from memory. Right. So she told her father about this and then just hit the delete button in her memory. Totally sounds sane. My father sent investigators to Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and found what I told to be true, including all the guns and ammunition stashed in his house. The claw mark where I had clawed my way out of that room, I was locked in. This is my testimony. I was attending high school in I think this is Nashville, when my oldest brother, Raymond, many was returned from Vietnam, and I cannot understand that word there. I don't know what that says. This person's writing is insane. Something early, returned and something early, discharged early. Oh, I see. Okay. And told no one in his family he was back in the States. He came out to let me make sure that's good on the screen for you. Okay, he came out to my school and kicked, mocked, I don't know, me, something with the kids to be become addicts and sent George McDermott to get me with him. The idea being to sell me to Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Again, she reiterates, I got pregnant very quickly. We married April 8th, 1967, and I was 2.5 months pregnant when we arrived first part of June 1967. You can see it says June 1967 right here. I'm not making that up. So here's the problem with this letter. She goes on, she implicates Trump and a couple of other people and stuff in this arranged marriage to Jeffrey Epstein in 1967. But here's the rub with that. In 1967, he would have been 13 years old. So I don't think anybody was marrying him. Trump was not much older than that. Here, let me let this dog out. Stupid door sticks. All right. Jeffrey Epstein was 14 years. So during most of 1967, Jeffrey Epstein was 14 years old. He turned 14 early in the year, remained until turning 15 January 1968. This aligns with biographical details such as his attendance at the National Music Camp at Interlochen in the summer of 1967 as a teenager, which is in Michigan here. So you can be assured that this letter is absolute bunk, that the Krasenstein brothers are absolute homos, and that, of course, they shared fake news like the rest of the left does. Now, that's that one. Let's look at a different one here. And I did it again, guys. It's like every show now. I will always forget. We've got this. This also turned up on X and elsewhere. Let me bring it up for you. We're doing a search on that, and then I'll bring it up for you as well. And you'll learn about a new website that you may not know about. So here's the image. This shows Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein on a jet. Looks like probably the 70s, if I'm being totally honest. Because images like that. There we go. Let's see how we can get this a little bit bigger, but without covering the image. There we go. I think that's about as big as we're going to get her. So there you have it. This is the image that they're passing along, and it's usually attached to a meme where it's like, oh, just two guys taking a flight on the Lolita Express or something like that. Now you can see that's Donald Trump right there. And that's Jeffrey Epstein. So I'm going to show you also, too, you might be interested to know this, but I'm going to show you how they did this as well. Oh, well, you can't do it this time. You might be able to do it with Grok. I don't know if you can do it with Grok. Anyway, let's just skip that part for today. But here we go. Here you can see these two. They're on the jet, on a jet, right? We're supposed to believe they're on a jet. Now, let's take a look. What I did was I drug it into this website called TinEye. Now, if you don't know what TinEye is, this is one of the better reverse image searches. You just basically can drag and drop the image if you're on computer, or just click, upload image right here. You can see that. It'll work similar on your phone than it would on the computer, as most of you probably already know by now. You can see right here, leadstories.com, hoax alert. Let's just go to lead stories, right? Fact check, photo of Epstein with Trump on private jet is not real. And then it asks the question, is this a real photo? Posts look like on Facebook at the time of writing. This is what it looked like from this David H. Hawk. And so here you have it. Lead Stories did a reverse image search of the photo on Google Lens, which is another reverse image search. Archived here, found that was posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, on November 26, 2023. I can make this a little bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that, honestly. That might be some small ass type for you. There we go. That's the best I can do. On the account Annie for Truth. Of course, they always say truth, but then lie. An AI generated detection site, which is Hive Moderation right here, rates this image as 100% AI generated. As the screenshots below, this image posted months before the Facebook post did not become more real in the moments between. Hive Moderation rated the Facebook post 1%, not AI generated. or 99.9% AI generated. And here you can see this is what the website looks like when you run the image through. They cleaned it up a little bit, and you can see that Jeffrey Epstein also has 3 legs. Here's one coming down here, here's one coming down here, and here's one shooting off to the side. That would have been your first, clue. Now, they made it look really just so that it would look like an old photo. They made it look like this. These are filters you can put on it and so on, with like Photoshop and things of that nature. So I don't know why they didn't take the extra 5 seconds to just remove this extra leg to make it more believable, but they sure didn't. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were so proud of themselves they just rushed to do it or whatever. But I don't know what this is in the background either. This almost looks like a floating sideways head or something, and it's opening spam now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like a stuffed animal hanging there or something. I don't know if they asked for that to be there or whatever. But long story short, as you can see, this is debunked. This is not legitimate. And it is 100% AI, as you can see here. So there you have it, guys. If you see this floating around, you can type in lead stories, Hive Epstein compare. I'll show you the link here. Oh, wait, hold on. Why is it not? There we go. Okay. Actually, the best thing to do is if you see it on Facebook, just drag it into TinEye. You'll find all kinds of debunks of it. It's one after another, other than the people that shared it. This is what it'll probably look like when you actually see it. That'll have this little thing above here. And as we know, Trump never went to the private island. He never went there. There's no evidence that he went there. Last time that he flew on the jet was 1997. It hadn't gotten the Lolita Express label until like 2015. Epstein didn't buy the island until 1998. And as I said, last time Trump flew on the jet, largely with his family back and forth from Florida to New Jersey or New York, he would take his family with him, like I just said. So there you have it. Don't forget about TinEye, guys. It's a really useful tool. It's just tineye.com, and it'll look just like this. Matter of fact, let me show you what it looks like without a picture. It'll look just like this. And then you just add the photo here. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people watching this are like, I already know about TinEye, but a lot of people don't. So, check it out. You can hit upload image or whatever, or drag as it says, and you'll be able to find out what's real and what's fake without me. So that's always beneficial, right? Anyway, guys, until next time, 2 more debunks. This will go into my playlist. I've done 2 videos on Epstein debunks so far. I'm going to continue them. And I'm also going to talk about stuff that turned out to be interesting or true. So, yeah. And it's, that's the way you should do things. It shouldn't all just always be debunks, because there was some information that was found in there that I found to be kind of interesting. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.